What's up, everybody? Dex back here, and we're back with some video. Unfortunately, I don't have video clips to play, but hey, we're back with video. As you can see, I got a nice new little background here. You can see my fish tank. Anyway, everybody, welcome back. This is the Suburban Paranormal podcast, as always, with me, Dex. Today, we will talk about a few things, but as always, guys, don't forget, we are brought to you by the Cinescape Media Network. You can see the cool little icon up top here. It is not clickable, but as always, go check us out, cinescape.media. Lots of stuff going on over there, a couple new shows, hopefully signing on. Again, if you guys do have a show that you would maybe like to do, send us a message. We'll definitely get to talking about it. But we'll go ahead. We're going to jump right here into some news. So, we got giants in Mexico. So we're going to talk about a little cryptozoology. We haven't really done much of it on the show, unfortunately. But I have seen some nice little interesting articles out here. This one, you can see the picture right over here. Sorry. It's kind of blurry as usual when they come to all these pictures because everybody's rushing to take a picture real quick, but it seems like, as usual, Mexico. I think the last couple we've talked about have been in Mexico, but they're talking about a lot of people are seeing this lately, where the giant creature's looking to be over 6 feet tall. It's a Bigfoot, Sasquatch type thing going on. This one, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if I want to say it's 100% real. If it's definitely not in that angle. It looks like a dead-on picture. I wish I had a better way to blow these pictures up for you guys. I'm going to work on that for the next one here. But as always, I'm going to link the article where you can see the original picture. But there's a lot of people were talking about it. I want to say they heard like a loud bang, and it caught the attention of people. And then, of course, this is the quick phone camera. I mean, if this is a phone camera, it's a really old phone camera, but I don't know. Cryptozoology seems to be evidence to get that is more. It's harder to get than ghosts or whatever else it seems, but it's still an interesting one. It's over 7 feet tall. It could be. It looks kind of lanky, but again, I'm curious to take your guys' input on this one. Like I said, I always like to hear your guys' feedback. Like I said, I'm looking at the image now, and I'm on the fence, but I definitely want to hear you guys' input on that. But to keep with the whole theme here with cryptozoology, we have big cats in Scotland. It looks like Nessie's not alone in Scotland. There's a lot of large cats that have been around there. These large cats seem to be the basis. Jeez, can't talk tonight. Apologize about that. But they're the basis for legends such as the Beast of Dormore and the Beast of Bodenmore. So there seems to be a lot of back and forth on this. Again, this article came from the same website that the other article came from, so I'll link them in the description. But it seems like a lot of people are saying these big cats that are being released are people that had these as pets and I guess couldn't take care of them anymore, and they're just releasing them back in the wild. If that's the case and they're real big cats, then I guess that's cool. But being a guy who loves the paranormal, I would be very cool to see some kind of really big, maybe huge muscles, some kind of crazy creature one of these cats turn out to be, and not just like a puma. I think there's one of the tigers, the large tigers. I think even the guy that was on Tiger King, the Tiger King guy, he apparently just talked about this too on that same website. I didn't look too far into that one, but I'd like to hope that maybe there is some sort of unknown creature in this aspect out in Scotland. Like I said, it's kind of cool that it falls in line with Nessie out there. So Nessie have a buddy. That'd be pretty cool. We all like friends, right? But so that's a pretty cool one. I thought again, you guys can take a look. I'll post that out there. So it's I guess we'll move on. Not too much in cryptozoology news, I should say. There was an article in the same section, and I wasn't sure if I should mention it or really even talk about it. But there's an article, and like I said, if you go to these links, you'll see it on this site. They're talking about leprechauns. And I don't know if I would consider leprechauns cryptozoology. But if I'm wrong, let me know on this. But the guy goes into, apparently he's this leprechaun whisperer, and he talks about how COVID is affecting leprechauns. But again, I'm really not sure if leprechauns fall into the category. But thought it was an interesting piece of news, I guess. I don't know. Take that as you will. Like I said, go check out the article. I'll probably go check it out a little more after we got done the episode here. So, but anyway, moving right along. As always, my favorite. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to be a little more energetic in these episodes. I listened to the past couple and I sound kind of so trying to just be a little more energetic, and I'm really thoroughly enjoying making these episodes. But anyway, paranormal dad jokes, my favorite. I don't know how well this one will go over, but again, they're dad jokes. So, how do you tell the difference between Bigfoot and a Yeti? There is no way to tell. It goes over your head, I'm sorry. My kid, I actually told this one to my oldest earlier, and she just laughed and then said, "Daddy, you're a nut job," and just walked away from me, which is 100%, I think, what's supposed to happen, like the reaction from a child when you tell them a dad joke. My child's weird just as me, or just like me, but she knows it's a dad joke and she just walks away. So that's this week's dad joke. So let's go ahead. As always, right after dad jokes, I'd like to talk about some paranormal TV stuff. So we'll go ahead and jump into that. So first up, I want to talk about Skinwalker Ranch. The finale had aired this week. And like I said in the beginning, a couple episodes back, we talked about how Skinwalker Ranch, the show, just seemed to be trying to over-dramatize. And we're going to have Sean Harrigan from the Eagle's Nest podcast on soon. He was supposed to be on this episode, but I needed to get this one out. We didn't get a time. But we talk about their show all the time, and we say the same thing. And I think a few other people have said it too. First couple episodes, it's a little over-dramatized, and you're just thinking, oh no, why are we doing this again? However, that show had completely turned around. They have produced really good evidence. I don't want to blow the finale for anybody that hasn't seen it. The last episode is kind of more of a wrap-up, and they go over everything. They talk about the injuries and what they saw, and if you didn't see it yet, I highly suggest. And then maybe we can do a recap on it later. I don't want to ruin spoilers. I know a couple people may be trying to catch up. I don't know. But the episode before the finale, they catch a couple really cool things and things that happen in a succession that make their evidence just have that much more ground to stand on. And I really hope that we get a season 2 of this, but there's, as of now, I know there's no talk about it. Hopefully there is, and I mean, I'll put it out there like I've put out there for all these shows, especially they're talking about they always have cameras and things running. I would love for them to please put this on a stream. If you guys need hosting or something like that, if that's the problem, talk to me, find me, reach out to me. I can help with this kind of stuff. I'm an IT guy by trade, whatever you want to call it. My career, I do IT stuff. I program, I code, I build. This is what I love to do. this is also my passion, not suburban paranormal, sorry, the paranormal. So I definitely want to get diving into building some of my own equipment and things like that. But when it comes to these kind of things, I would love to be a part of it, try to help in any aspect of this. The one thing with that season 2, like I said, I have it written down to talk about, but I don't want to do it actually now that I'm thinking about it. But let's just say Tic Tac. And I bet a lot of you are going to know what I mean by Tic Tac. And that's what I'm going to leave it at. This was, like I said, not the finale. The finale is more of a wrap up and they talk about different things. But episode 4, I'll just say Tic Tac, because it's the exact same thing the guy that they brought into Skinwalker Ranch had said. So I'll leave it at that. If you guys have watched the show, start these threads at the end of every episode once they air, and I would love to get some more feedback. We have a lot of new followers on Instagram. I thank you for following us on there. A lot of really cool people on the Instagram that have started following. I've started interacting. I know a couple people I think out there wanted to do an interview one here, and we're definitely looking to set those up. Whether we do video or just audio, don't know yet. We're working on the ins and outs of that. But really looking forward to getting some of you guys on. So we're gonna go ahead. Like I said, that's Skinwalker Ranch. Definitely go ahead, watch that one. So up next, we're gonna talk about Ghost Nation. Unfortunately, we knew season 2 was coming. We were excited. It came earlier than we expected, and we were supposed to get 20 episodes. Unfortunately, thanks to the stupid virus that's out there, it's keeping everybody home. And they only got to record 6 or 7 episodes, and I think we got those 6 or 7 episodes. I can't even remember now how many episodes there was. Now I feel dumb. But we did get the episodes, and the continued progression I've seen from the evidence has been great. I like the newer the tools they've been using. The radar seems to be pretty cool. It seems pretty accurate. I like, because when you can see it sweeping the room and where he has it positioned a couple times, you can tell it's picking up like different distances. So when it's picking something up, it's definitely, I really don't know the word I want to say for this. The piece of equipment seems to be doing really well. And then I think it was the very last episode that got to air, the other equipment that Steve was using, Steve and Tango were using with the, I guess it's like a range meter, and anything that was coming within that range, it was setting off, and they were getting some good responses back with that. Those kind of pieces of equipment, I'm loving to see that we're getting more and more. Ghost Nation, those guys seem to be not hesitant, but they seem to not do as much experimenting as you see, say, on, like, I think Ghost Adventures. Ghost Adventures is always trying something, which I like. I mean, I know a lot of people, again, we can go on tangents about Zach Baggins and Ghost Adventures and whatever. But the one thing they do that I like seeing is the different approaches that they try consistently. They have all these different devices, whether some look as crazy or some may be doing different things, who knows? But I like the trying. Ghost Nation, a little more conservative on the different equipment that it seems they try to use, but they do definitely try to use different equipment, and the recent equipment that they've been using, again, I find to be pretty well. Excuse me. Cut that sneeze out. So that's all I got about Ghost Nation Season 2. We have not been told when it's going to resume. Hopefully it's going to resume soon, but I mean, depending on, I guess, where the areas that they were hoping to shoot the next episodes, whether their status is. I mean, I know my area has just gone, quote unquote yellow as of today, honestly. But hopefully they can get back out there soon. Hopefully we get some more episodes of everything, and then we'll hopefully be enjoying that sooner or later. Lastly, let's go ahead. Discussion topic. Can kids see ghosts? Now, I don't know why that puma. There's a puma graphic pop back up, but again, I'm doing this no producer because of the whole lockdown thing. But ignore the puma graphic. But anyway, can kids see ghosts? Back when I really originally had started Suburban Paranormal was a while ago, with a couple friends of mine. We were a team. We were writing articles. We were investigating some things. We unfortunately didn't get too much done. A couple of the members ended up moving away. We never really got off the ground, but I've always held on to the name. And now you guys get to hear it as a podcast, Suburban Paranormal, and hopefully the web series. But I had written about this before, and I even want to say back when Ghost Hunters first came out and they had that original TAPS website, they also had an article about this. And I highly believe this has some good merit to it, because it's one of those things where when we growing up, or like myself now, like I see my kids, they play, and then they talk about imaginary friends. Now, when we're growing up and we have imaginary friends or whatever else, you're always told after a certain age that, oh no, that's not really there, that's imaginary, but yada yada. But I mean, is it because us as adults are trained to not see or think we're seeing the things that we used to see? And so after so long, we no longer see them. But as a kid who's fresh eyes, whatever you want to say, like an innocent child is able to see. And can they see more? I mean, are they more sensitive to that? Are they just feeling things, or are they hearing things? Are they actually seeing these things? And it's always interesting, because I know when my oldest was first born and we were living in our old apartment, it was right after, unfortunately, my mom had passed away. And I always thought I felt something. And then my wife as well at the time. Yeah, my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time, but my wife. We always felt there were certain people that were always around us. And then when our daughter was first born, and she was maybe 6 or 7 months, somewhere around there, every time we were in the living room hanging out, she'd always turn and look at a certain corner and look, like, not even just dead in the corner. It was always looking up. Like, looking up in this corner, but she was always happy. And me and my wife, we kind of joked about it, but I've always kind of, like, felt and really believed that she might have been seeing something. What it was, I don't know. But I do know whatever it was not harmful. And it made her laugh and smile. Fast forward to my second child. In another one, same thing. Yeah, it was a different apartment, but I always do still feel that there's certain people around me at certain times. Not always. I'm sure they're off checking into everybody else, but there's certain times that I do feel like certain people may be around me. And some of those times when I do feel that, if I'm like, I will catch, like I said, the second child, when we were in our other apartment, I would catch her doing the same thing. I'd think that I'd feel like you kind of get that calming feeling. You kind of like, that feeling of a certain somebody when you were around them. Like, you'd feel that. And then, like I said, I could look at my second child, who was just a baby at that point, and she would always kind of look. It wasn't a corner. It was this one area of the living room. She would always kind of look and laugh and smile. Same thing. Always a friendly whatever it was. And it's comforting to me, because I kind of wish like I could still see that. I grew up and it was, imaginary friends are not real. They're people. You're hearing things, and then you just eventually grow insensitive to it, I guess, and you start to tune this stuff out. And I kind of wish I didn't. I mean, I kind of wish I can get that back. Like I said, I feel lately I can feel that kind of stuff, but it's not great like a psychic medium or anything. Now, I have a third child. He's 10 months old. He'll be 11 months old in about 11 days, which is pretty crazy. This has been a really fast, weird year, not even just the coronavirus and stuff. I'm talking last year with how everything went down in my life. But that's a different story. But I haven't witnessed him do anything yet, but he's still young. So I'm curious to see if that kind of carries on. And I'm curious how many of you people may have noticed that in your kids, and how are you handling it? Are you letting it go? Are you encouraging, like, oh, who do you see? Are you trying to ask for names? My oldest, occasionally, she kept saying she had the same imaginary friend, Loreline, for a long time. And she still apparently pops up every once in a while. She'll bring it up. Now, I don't know if she's just remembering a name or if there's literally some kind of spirit with her called Loreline that she talks to and interacts with. And I'm not going to discourage her. I'm really not. I know sometimes I've said, hey, that's an imaginary friend. We're in the middle of something. We can't talk about that right now. But then I kind of feel guilty when I say it. So I'm curious how other people with children that are listening to this podcast, how have you either fostered or do you do the same thing where you tell them it's not real and tell them to drop it? I'm curious either way. I would think a lot of you guys are maybe kind of encouraging it as well. So let me know. Like I said, we'll keep the discussion going on a social media. Catch it on Facebook. As always, you guys, you can catch everything down here. There we go. Right there. Social media, Suburban Paranormal, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We're going to try and keep up the social media presence. We got a little more time. We got a little more things going on. So hopefully we'll catch you guys on there. Again, as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are staying safe with everything going on. And again, don't forget, if you want, you can email us anything that you want to discuss or talk about, or if you would like to have be a guest on the show, do an interview, you can catch us. If you don't want to use the social medias, suburbanparanormal@gmail.com. I check the thing daily, maybe even hourly sometimes when I'm bored sitting there. So I'll always make sure to be around to get to you. So again, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.